Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Odir the Review, back again with another video. So it's that time again, another year, and also the fact that it is on par with the way they unveiled the first teaser for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It's been known that we were going to get a sequel to this movie, and I like the fact that when the movie came out, yes, even though it was distributed in theaters and on Peacock, the fan base itself loved it. Critics, on the other hand, they didn't like it as much. But personally, I feel like the movie was a mix of blending a lot of the games or a lot of trying to fit in a pieces of lore in one. Where I feel like, okay, it would have been interesting to see what this movie would have been like if it was made years ago when it was gonna release. But after that, all the lore and everything that's come out from it did a good job adapting the lore, but the thing is that yeah, it was PG-13. I know some people had an issue with it, and I kind of did have it for a little bit. It was a decent adaptation of the games, and now that we're going into the sequel, which it is a sequel this time going around, because I feel like okay, the easier solution would have been okay, we have a sequel, then a prequel, just like the games, and then a third movie that's going to lead into the events after this movie. But it's not going in that direction. A lot of the things that they were including in the sequel are the toy animatronics, an actual continuation of the story, which feels like a mix of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3. Also, the fact that we're going to get a little bit more enhancements on the animatronics, which I feel like, okay, the first game, it did a good job adapting them, but through little sets and pictures, we've seen that they're actually going to adapt the toy animatronics and also a new thing called Fast Fest. Before I give up my thoughts, let's take a look at the teaser because, funny enough, it is kind of like the original teaser, which it was about a couple seconds long. Which I don't even know what are they going to show. I feel like they might have to show a little bit of the animatronics, maybe a little tease of what's to come, and hopefully some new, or should I say, something I actually do want to kind of see in its actual horror. In this case, jump scares, which is on brand with the game itself. But hey, let's take a ride down memory lane. So let's get to the video. All right.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Are you ready to start the show?
puppet.
Count with me now. 5, 4, 3,
They're out there, Mike.
2,
Toy Bonnie.
1.
Everywhere.
Toy Cheek. Mangle, okay. Oh, Balloon Boy in his full form.
Showtime!
Ooh, Toy Freddy, nice. Well, it's a short and simple teaser, but at least some of the horror is actually done in this little thing. Also, I kind of want to congratulate the fact that a lot of the toy animatronics in here look a bit more accurate, just like the first movie. Where in this case, these characters, I'm not even sure if they're new versions of them because I wouldn't say that the way the game's distributed is the fact that Five Nights at Freddy's, the first game takes place in the 90s, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 actually took place in the 80s, which it is theorized. I'm not even sure because there's a lot of things going on where it is Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria remodeled, and then they used some of the toy animatronics that they had and actually repurposed them to actually make the animatronics we know in the first game. But in here, it feels like there are newer animatronics since the fact that I feel like in the first movie, it did kind of feel like it was the one isolated Freddy Fazbear's location. There wasn't a big mention of Fredbear's Family Diner or any other previous encounters before that, but I feel like in this movie and also through some of the pictures, it feels like the whole community or town actually knows about the restaurant, knows about some of the things that happened there, but actually celebrate it because there is a thing called Fast Fest in this movie, which everybody actually does this whole little festival congratulating. I wouldn't say celebrating in this case some of the stuff that's been going on. Also, the fact that some of these guys are walking around outside the restaurant at night, that's going to be something really interesting to see because I feel like, yeah, we're isolated down to a restaurant. Most of them wouldn't even escape since that's the only place nobody knows expect them to be. And through the few that we actually see, they actually kind of do look good, like the main trio, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica. They all look like they were brought straight from the game, and also the fact that they do have the yellow and red eyes that the characters had in the first movie, which, yeah, they're robot eyes. I get that, but seeing Deadshot white eyes coming at you, that feels like a bit more scarier. And some new additions like Mangle and Balloon Boy, which Mangle, that's an actual surprise where I feel like, okay, that's a cool looking design. I don't even know if that little first shot in the teaser was a little peek of what the mango piece, because you got to remember that he is another Foxy, but in this case, instead of him having a full body, his face is the same, but also the fact that her body is a little bit more disjointed, where I feel like it's more of a combination of other animatronics into one, where he has a one arm, a face. Everything is a little bit mixed in with that character. And Balloon Boy, which, if you got to remember in the first movie, he was a little tease or a little tiny toy that was always getting jump scared, and also I think killed Corey Kenshin.
I said, read the.
As brief as this teaser is, it is kind of funny the fact that in the first movie everybody was excited for the lore, but the only thing that was missing was horror. But in this little teaser, I like the fact that horror is being more shown than lore, because I appreciate the fact that they tried to include a couple things in notes from the games, but the main key thing that made Five Nights at Freddy's iconic is the horror and the jump scares, which you can expect a lot in here, but also I don't even know if they're gonna switch up the sound effects. Like we did hear like the iconic scream in the first movie just once, but I'm not even sure if you're going to hear it a little bit more in this one, because I know some of the animatronics are going to have different sound effects, and a couple of them, I don't even know if they're going to be in here. I know we get little glimpses, like we did hear the actual Puppets music box play. And funny enough, this time going around, it's just going to be in theaters. And I appreciate that, because at least they know, yeah, everybody's going to be excited for it. They already know that the first one's a moneymaker. So it'd be more appreciative to actually put this one in theaters rather than just do a simultaneous release, I think it's called, or simultaneous. I don't even know. Instead of releasing it on streaming and in theaters at the same time. So can't wait for December. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.